Now let's look at less than and greater than. And I think a lot of you know the symbols for this. The less than symbol is an arrow that points to the left. The greater than symbol is an arrow that points to the right. And you know, it's pretty straightforward. You were probably taught in elementary school something like an alligator or a Pac-Man when you're putting these symbols in, where the smaller side, you're always trying to eat the bigger side or something like that. That's all pretty cool. A lot of times people, if I were to say, okay, write down 7 is greater than 2, they would get confused and they would have to actually do the problem. You know, if you look at a number line, there's the less than, and there's the greater than. They just put them right on the ends. And that, I believe, is the origin of where the less than symbol and the greater than symbol came from. So the less than symbol is on the small side, it's on the left. The greater than symbol is on the right-hand side, it's on the bigger side. So anyway, I think this is pretty straightforward. The number that is further to the left is smaller. So if I'm talking about what's smaller, 1 or 3, well, 1 is smaller. If I'm talking about a negative number versus a positive number, negative numbers are always smaller than positive numbers because they're always further left. And if I talk about -4 and -3, well, which one is smaller? So you got to be careful with negatives because now -4 is smaller than -3. So the bigger number, and you look at it just when you ignore the signs, is smaller than the smaller number because it's further left. I mean, think about it. If you had to have a choice, would you rather owe somebody $10 or would you rather owe them $100? Well, you have to pay them back. You only want to have to give them back 10. -100 is a lot more in the hole or smaller than -10. All right, last little bit, fractions. Now, when you're dealing with fractions, you could get a common denominator and work it all up, but there's a cool little trick for getting the size of fractions. Just cross multiply up. Let's try a few problems. -12 and -9. All right, is -12 smaller than -9 or is it larger? It's smaller, so we're going to put in the less than symbol. Is -5 smaller or larger than 0? Well, -5, again, smaller. This is another one that gets the less than symbol. All right, we have a fraction here, so let's multiply up. 11 times 5 is 55. 6 times 9 is 54. Well, look at that. Which one is larger, the 55 or the 54? The 55 is larger. Again, 54 is smaller. Wow, all of my examples are less than, aren't they? Does it just compare? Put in the proper symbol. All right, look at the last one. I have 8. 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, 9 is larger than 8, isn't it? But keep in mind, they're both negative, aren't they? So, this is -9, this is -8. We didn't necessarily pay attention to the signs, but we have to be conscious that they're there. -9 is smaller than -8. This is another one with less than. All right? When it comes right around, you're going to get some that are also greater than. Good luck.